of Jivika and my personal advisor for a long period. He is an international figure on human rights and also on labor rights. He is a great person. Even at this stage, his services are very much demanded at the National Law University, and almost all the human rights groups in India, they are, I think, how he manages his time, I do not know. Everyone wants his advice, his consultation, and his service in drawing up at various governments. I am very happy that Professor Bob Matthew, in spite of his hectic schedule and workload, has spared his time and he has found it meaningful to be with us. Thank you.
Respected Consul General of France, we are extremely happy to receive this very important news that the French Republic has honored one of our own from the city of Bangalore. I've had the privilege of knowing Dr. Kiran Kamal Prasad for more than 40 years and associated with Jivika's long history right from its inception. I'm extremely proud to know that this organization with which I was associated is one of the 5 in the world to receive this special award from the French Republic. All of you have referred to the words equality, liberty and fraternity. As Kiran has already pointed out, these are present in the preamble to the Constitution of India. And when the Objectives Resolution was moved in the Constituent Assembly on the first day of its meeting, the word fraternity was not there. It is Dr. Ambedkar who introduced the word fraternity into Indian constitutionalism. I'm sure he was inspired by the French example, but he was also obviously thinking and aware of the fact that the Dalit community in India cannot progress without fraternity from a large number of believers in human rights. And so when we see these 3 words, it brings a special significance, especially for those of us who are deeply committed to the Constitution of India. It's another matter that days are changing, but I won't obviously dwell on that aspect. I want to begin by recollecting a very popular adage in English, and the adage goes like this: a prophet is not without honor except in his own country. And I think that applies to Kiran and to Jivika, because Jivika has fought for the rights of bonded laborers for so many decades, and yet there is continuous effort to deny the very presence of bonded labor in India. Many of us are aware that Karnataka state reported the highest number of bonded labor in India. But is that because that is factually correct? No, I don't think so. Many other states in India have much more bonded labor than Karnataka. But the fact that Karnataka reported such a huge number is because of the work of Jivika. As a result of it, bonded labor in Karnataka came to light, and therefore it became very well known all over India. And there have been many initiatives in Karnataka which are quite unique to bonded labor situation. I must on this occasion mention that Dr. Kiran Kamal Prasad got his PhD on a thesis pertaining to what we call in Kannada as Bitti Chakri. That's the local language. What it literally means is, not literally, what it means in terms of the content is somebody who's made to work without any remuneration. So that's a very dangerous form of slave labor, and it exists in half of Karnataka. It's Kiran's PhD thesis in Kannada. Most of the scholars in India produce their PhD in English, but Kiran produced it in Kannada, and that has brought to light the institution of Biti Chakri. And the government of Karnataka has decided and already banned the form of Biti Chakri. So that's a very significant, unique contribution that has come from Jivika through its leadership. I must also mention that among the various efforts that are made in order to underestimate bonded labor, deflect the problem of bonded labor, there are so many forces at work. NHRC itself, National Human Rights Commission itself was part of that effort, or on and off. But recently, as Kiran has pointed out, they have recognized different dimension to it. And the one that I want to highlight on this occasion is there's a huge effort in India to say, unless criminal prosecution against the keeper of the bonded labor is successful, there should be no rehabilitation of bonded labor. The National Human Rights Commission has now said very recently, not even a month ago, that this understanding is wrong. And we are very happy because that is what Kiran has been upholding through long years of research. I've had the privilege of learning from Kiran. He said that I was his guide, but in reality, if I know something about bonded labor, which other law professors do not know, it's because of my association with Kiran and with Jivika. That is ground level research. And as a result, I've invited him often to my classroom, and the students have benefited from his analysis of bonded labor. Because unlike slavery in the world, the bonded labor system is the Indian form of slavery. And in the Indian form of slavery, the most outstanding aspect is that it is embedded in the caste system. And therefore, to overthrow the caste system is not easy, and hence the battle against bonded labor is a very difficult one. This evening is not suitable for me to prolong, but I must say that my mind is filled with so many thoughts, which are in memory of my association with Jivika. And I am sure that in the days to come, with this recognition from the French Human Rights Commission, that is an additional advantage and an additional support for Jivika to continue its work under difficult circumstances. So I thank the French Republic, and through the Consul General, we want to convey these very special feelings as a citizen of Bangalore and a citizen of India. Thank you for bestowing this award on Kiran, and we will surely carry forward the intentions with which this recognition has been given to a fellow colleague from India. Thank you very much.